you want to get better at art, like everybody thinks, I feel like somebody had actually said recently, well, I heard something recently that said if you have the physical ability to write the alphabet, you can draw. And it's true. I mean, there's no arguing that. If you can draw a square and a circle and a triangle, the basic stuff we learned when we were kids, it's just an extension of that. And you manipulate those into, I mean, look, you could even do a cylinder from a circle. I don't think about doing that, but look, cylinder from that way, your pyramid, and it looks 3D-ish. Very simple. Learn your ABCs of drawing or learning to take a square, a circle, and a triangle, and manipulating them. I mean, if you manipulate a circle and keep the volume the same, it'll look like it's in perspective. Well, keep its overall length the same. You might change the volume considerably, actually. See, this is the same shape, it's just in different perspective. So learn to practice your basic shapes, man. Because a square is just a cylinder in orthographic view. A circle is just a line in orthographic view. If you're looking at it on the edge, as you start to bring it to the front, it starts to become more and more obvious that it's a circle. And the same thing can be done with, say, a cylinder. If you're looking at it in orthographic view, a cylinder looks like an elongated rectangle, right? And then when you add perspective for a cylinder, such as these, you get the effect that it's a glass of water or something like that. The meniscus would show through there. So if you practice your basic shapes, your rectangle can become a cylinder just by adding a little arc to the top and to the bottom. Making sure you play with proper perspective. The further away it is from this focal point, the more obscure the line becomes. That's really just a box with pieces of a circle on it. See? Very simple. I mean, a cone is just a triangle with circles at the bottom and the top. Same kind of thing. It's very simple. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Drawing from life is great. It's a really useful practice, but I think if you can learn to manipulate basic shapes, you can really start to draw some cool stuff. Also, I think it helps you establish your own style. But to me, these are the ABCs of drawing. The simplest you have is a line, and then it's not as hard as I think most people make it seem. It's more about learning how things work in perspective, but to me it's not as hard as we make it. We make everything harder than it has to be. These are just they're just lines, They're just marks on paper. And nobody's eyes are perfect either, so don't be being perfect about it. That doesn't make any sense. You might think your eyes are perfect, they're not. It's all about that perspective, man. I don't think drawing is hard as people make it. That's just all there is to it. I mean, it takes practice, but everything takes practice. That's your basic shape. You could do the same shape. See, look, this same shape. If you do it this way, again, this is just a guide, by the way. Everybody always says that, but that's what it is. There's a triangle. There's a nose, right? This front piece is just like where this jawline comes, and I went a little hard on the jawline, but the ear is almost roughly in the middle. So if you make this jawline here, you can take a triangle for the mouth. Look at that. Ta-da, it's a person. So, the base of your skull. It does help to have some understanding of anatomy, but it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be an expert at it. You just need to understand how the body more or less works.